But here the U.S. government actually bought the guns, cut off surveillance, and intentionally let them go to Mexico. However, new records show the ATF actually bought weapons using taxpayer money, sold them to cartel buyers, then watched as the guns disappeared into Mexico.
Madison Avenue's fashion's destroying you. A country run by lies, surprising put blinds on your eyes. My mind is at a loss, thoughts mixed like a salad toss. Fall of the empire, one emperor is fat on his throne. I'm at home all alone and my TV is smashed on the ground. The info gives are lies and I can't stand the sound. Hopes are gone on the ground, buried underneath the earth. It don't mean much to me, I say it for what it's worth. That ain't a trendy thing, I just want freedom's ring. I only see these wars started by these selfish kings. These tyrants don't know me, but I'd gladly crush these evil giants. I hope they don't come for me, they'll die if they even think to try. I don't know who to trust, good people are so hard to find. Like to find someone else who is the same as I, but that will never happen, so I guess I'll just keep rapping. Hate the New World Order, if I'm alive that can never happen.
But instead of moving in and busting the buyer, the ATF watched him drive away.
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Land of the lost as the lost are tossed with lies. Think that it's trendy to have a flag cover your eyes. It's not patriotic to be neocon psychotic, to spread your culture with bullets, bombs, and propaganda, and wonder why other countries' guys can't stand you. Freedom is lost through national security, crazy insecurity, thinking all erratically, emphatically making lists to track you and me. Naked body scanners saving images for slander as the radiation bursts through and cause your DNA to splatter. It's ridiculous. Citizens on government hit list, no witnesses. A CIA hangs you, shoots you twice and slits both wrists. Deemed a suicide by the propaganda times. New stories never tell the truth, and truth is mandatory. Rape the facts unwillingly, the opposite of statutory. So I look for facts online.
The main reason we went into Iraq at the time was we thought he had weapons of mass destruction. Turns out he didn't. What did Iraq have to do with what?
The attack on the World Trade Center.
Nothing.
Of those body scanners being used at the nation's airport.
Yeah, questions like, do they expose TSA workers and passengers to unsafe levels of radiation? In tonight's top story,
I've been targeted for assassination by government of Obamanation, who hides lies, hypnotize the American people, so CIA can run amok and corporate-sponsored pickup trucks. These greedy, evil, stupid fucks think that I'm not onto them, going through my trash and tapping phones of their own civilian. But I'm not gonna lie, they got the wrong guy, I'm not a villain. But I won't stay chillin' as I'm placed on the no-fly list. The slice twist fact says they act in Iraq and wiretap every known truth seeker. I'm a true believer and grab a heater to fight for my right to be left alone in my home with no other external government control. Towers explode, another false flag is exposed. Just answer me the fantasy of Building 7, controlled demolition, but to the ends always justify the means. The sounds of thousands letting out screams.
Agents forewarned about a bomb in Oklahoma City. Did they know?
And the answer right then, he said they were in the briefing.
I try not to lose my head.
And the agents had been in there. They had been tipped by their pagers not to come into work that day. Plain as day out of his mouth. They were tipped. Why wasn't anybody else?
Green cards and green papers, false flags and newspapers. You just angry that I know your tactics and ways. Hijack planes, fly astray, CIA and NSA, government paid patsy so they can tap the people in a cage. I'm enraged because I hate feeling like a slave. Just behaves what they're saying, that'll be the damn dead.
Probe into the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. This following claims that the agency may have laundered money from Mexican drug cartels as part of an investigation.
The New York Times, Carol, last week had reported that these agents, the DEA agents, handled shipments of hundreds of thousands of dollars in illegal cash across the border between the United States and Mexico.